Wrestling Lovers and the Wrestling Podcast, and I am Dr. Love himself, also known as the American Cowboy, A.A. Ron. In this one, I'm talking about WWE Saturday Night Main Event. That is right, we're going to be talking about WWE, and I'm going to be talking about the little short review of this. There's only about 4 matches. I'll get some of my comments on it. We first had the Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre match with Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre's corner and Jelly Roll in Randy Orton's corner. It was a pretty good match. Of course, Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre, both great wrestlers, great talent. I love Drew McIntyre. Big fan of Drew McIntyre. Hope to see the world title on my boy Drew McIntyre at some point. The WWE world title. I think Drew McIntyre should be a WWE champion, world champion, some point, either by the end of this year or beginning of next year. Drew McIntyre deserves to have a strap on him, have a good long title reign. He's great talent, great wrestler, great on the mic, great in the ring. I think Drew McIntyre deserves another title reign, just like his one in 2020. This time he can do it in front of the crowd. So, Drew McIntyre, I love to see him turn babyface, win the title, and be the face of the company. But this was a good wrestling match between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. It ended with Randy Orton hitting the RKO on Drew McIntyre, and as Randy Orton was celebrating, here comes Logan Paul hitting him with that titanium right fist, hitting Randy Orton with that right hand, then taking down Randy Orton. Then here comes Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll comes in, and him and Logan Paul get in the mix. And then as Logan Paul tries to hit Jelly Roll hits, blocks it. Then he hits Logan Paul with a right hand himself. And then as Jelly Roll is checking on Randy Orton, here comes Drew McIntyre to Claymore. And then Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul exit. Randy Orton has Jelly Roll out, and that was the end of that. So looks like we're going to have Jelly Roll and Randy Orton going up against Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre in a tag team match. And it's more likely going to happen at SummerSlam. So that's what's going to be happening. And I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about Jelly Roll getting the mix. He might be better than what we're thinking. He lost a tremendous amount of weight. Props to him. Respect for that. That was really good on him. But I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about this match with Jelly Roll involved. Great singer, love his music, listen to his music. But I don't know how I feel about this match. It might surprise us stuff, so we'll see. I'll try to tune in and check this out. Hopefully I won't be working this weekend on SummerSlam. But I think, I'll give it a chance. So then we go into the next segment. They're showing off the WWE Evolution, announcing that PLE, talking about it, showing some of the women's wrestlers in the crowd. And it gets from Jade Cargill. She's getting up, she's celebrating. And then it gets like this perfect angle shot. You had Naomi Walker right behind her. And then you had Naomi attack her from behind. And then you had them cut out into a brawl in the arena. And then they're separated by security. And then here comes Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis comes in and announces that Bianca Belair is going to be the special guest referee for this match. But if you want to see my review on this match, go to Chair Shot Sports and go to the YouTube and did a little review with them, along with Jess Skywalker and Matt. And it was a great review, great time I had with them. So go over there, Chair Shot Sports YouTube, and you can check me on there reviewing that. But this was a pretty good segment, hyping up that match, and that pretty much ended that. Then we go into the United States Championship match with Solo Sikoa putting his title on the line against Jimmy Uso. And Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso had a really good match. And then it had, of course, the family got involved, Solo's family, with Tonga Loau and Tanga Loau and Tonga, which is formerly known as Hikuleo in New Japan. So They assisted Solo in winning retaining the United States title in the match. I think Jimmy Uso will eventually be the next United States champion, probably at SummerSlam, maybe even at Survivor Series, or maybe even later down the road. But they'll probably feud for this for a little bit longer. After the match, we had Solo and his family attack Jimmy Uso until Jacob Fatu came out and he cleared the ring, and it was great to see my boy, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Yeah, I know what I mean. Fatu. It was great to see him come out and uh, see him back. Maybe he even competes for the United States title. But we'll see. Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu look like they're going to be on the same page. So um, that's going to be good to see. So we will. That was a really good match. Then we had LA Knight versus Seth Rollins. So LA Knight versus Seth Rollins. We had them in a great one-on-one match, and it was a good match leading up until it looked like Seth Rollins, when he did one of those back flips off the rope, he landed on his. He landed. Looked like he landed fine, but the way he landed did something to his knee. So looks like, and there was some kind of injury there. They were having a great match leading up to this, and then all of a sudden Seth Rollins does that backflip, and his knee blows out or something, and it looks legitimate. Hopefully, it's nothing too severe. And then as the doctors were checking on him, Seth Rollins gets up. And he continues the match, and then LA Knight hits the BFT on him and pins him 1, 2, 3, and that was it. But I think Seth Rollins just went up and continued the match. It was pretty much off already. It probably coming to conclusion anyhow. And Seth Rollins, warrior he is, toughed it out, got up for that one little bit, and finished. And LA Knight hit the finisher and won the match. But there was footage, there's film you can find on social media, and there was the doctors were assisting Seth Rollins out of the ring. He was frustrated, he was mad, and so this is a legitimate injury, very concerning. Hopefully, we won't see him out too long. But if he is, and it's going, of course, he has this briefcase up to a year. However, it depends on how long his injury is going to be. If his injury is going to be a year or longer, then I say have a little promo segment where he comes out and passes the Money in the Bank contract over to Braun Breaker. I think Braun Breaker would be great. It would be a good way for him to have the briefcase and he can cash it in. And he could be world champion. Maybe cash it on good. That would be a great way to put the title on Braun Breaker. But that's if Seth Rollins is going to be out a tremendous amount of time. Last time he had this knee injury, he was out a good while, I think over a year. So if this is the same knee injury, he's going to be out that long again. I just say put the briefcase, have a little promo segment, but pass the briefcase down to Braun Breaker, some kind of contract sign or something, gets it official, and then that's how you can do that. Someone even mentioned having a match for the briefcase. I don't know if I would have another match for the briefcase. It could happen, it could work, but I would just say a good way to do it. Just kind of show that kind of alliance power, I guess, with Seth Rollins, kind of have him sign the money in the contract over Braun Breaker. I think that would be great to do. It would be great for Braun Breaker. I think it would be great for him to even win the title and have a good title run. Braun Breaker is a great talent, great athlete. So I think him getting the title would be great. And I think this would be a good way to get it on him. He doesn't hold the title for very long, but he can have a good little good title reign with it. So hopefully Rollins isn't out too long. Prayers going out to him, hopefully for a speedy recovery. But this looks like a really good. This looks like it could be a very long injury. Now to the main event. I'm a big Goldberg fan. It was great to see Goldberg come back one more time. I had a feeling he wasn't going to win the match. I already had that feeling. But Goldberg coming back one more match, he even gets Gunther. This was a really good dream match right here that was paired up. And this was a really good wrestling match. And a lot of people were going to hate on it. I don't care. But Goldberg's good. And this was a really good match for him and Gunther. Really good wrestling match. And I love the segment. At one point, Gunther was outside the ring at ringside. And he attacked, basically pushed. He shoved Gabe, Goldberg's son. And Gabe was getting involved. Gabe's a big boy. And Gabe, him getting involved, and who knows, Gabe might be a future pro wrestler himself. He's right now a college linebacker for Colorado Buffalo. But it looks like he's going to be he could be a wrestler himself. But Goldberg hits the spear on Gunther as he gets back in the ring. He was waiting for him. But Gunther kicks out of it. Gunther kick puts a famous sleeper hold on Goldberg, and then he passes Goldberg out, and Goldberg loses by Goldberg loses. And then afterwards, he was kind of promo, and it cut off running promo. This man's having a retirement promo, and it cuts off due to TV time. They could have bought a little bit extra time for TV, and then for him to say his final farewell retirement words. I mean, what a way for Goldberg's last match in professional wrestling in WWE, and to go out like this. So, but it was an all right match. It was pretty good. Again, the Goldberg had a pretty good match, and it was a good way for him to go out, especially in his hometown. I love the little video vignettes that they had leading up to it, showing old school WCW. Even had it was an old security guard that used to always escort him out back in WCW. He also had Diamond Dallas Page there. I mean, it was so great for Goldberg's last time. So I enjoyed it. It wasn't that bad. A lot of people were hating on it, but I'm a Goldberg fan. I've been a Goldberg fan since I was a kid. So Goldberg will always be one of my favorite wrestlers. He's not like my top favorite, but he's one of my favorites. I love Goldberg. I love the Who's Next, and I love the Spear. I love the entrance. The entrance is phenomenal. And yeah, he doesn't do a lot of wrestling, quote, so to speak, but he does. He can wrestle, but I enjoy Goldberg. I enjoy the entrance. I enjoy everything about it. And I thought this was a good match for him to go out on. I thought this was a good match for him to retire on, and I hope this would be it. He'll be done. As much as I hate to say it, because I wouldn't mind having a few more Goldberg matches, but I love Goldberg. I think he's great, and this was a good way for him to go out. And props to Gunther. Gunther did great being in the ring with Goldberg. We'll see what goes on from here. Who will Gunther face for the world title next? This will be, Cody Rhodes is going to be facing John Cena for the WWE title. So we'll see who will face Gunther for the world title at SummerSlam. I think it would be a good idea to do probably Finn Balor. Finn Balor should get a chance to win the title. Finn Balor should win the World Championship, honestly get away from Judgment Day, and go on a single run. Have the Balor Club back, with Demon Finn Balor, either or. I think Finn Balor would be a great next in line for Gunther in the world title. Maybe even Braun Breaker. Maybe Braun Breaker. There's so many on Raw who we can have Gunther feud with. Maybe LA Knight. LA Knight could feud with Gunther for the world title. Maybe even win it at SummerSlam. But this will be great for. But we'll see what's next for Gunther and WWE leading up to SummerSlam for Gunther and his world title. I think it will be a great title. I think it'll be a great title match, but we'll see. SummerSlam is pretty much almost a month away. or a month away. So it's going to be a 2-night event. Hopefully I'll be off that weekend. I can watch it and maybe give some reviews about it. But WWE SummerSlam, it's around the corner. It's around the corner. I think I'll be at a Clash in Paris. So we'll see if John Cena will lose the title at SummerSlam. We'll see who wins the world. If the world title will be dropped at SummerSlam. We'll see. But I thought this was a great. Saturday night main event show, and can't wait for the next one. We'll see what gets lined up for the next one. And again, if you want to catch my WWE Evolution review, go to Chair Shot Sports and go check them out, and they will carry me on there. But Saturday night main event was a pretty short card, so a pretty short review. I enjoyed it before I rewatched it. I thought it was fun. I was in Texas for AEW All In, as I will discuss that in another video, because I got to discuss that about my boy Hangman winning the AEW World Title. But WWE Saturday main event, overall good show. Give about like a good 6 out of 10. Let's go 6 out of 10. It was pretty good. I just didn't like that there was just 4 matches. It could have been a couple more, but still overall pretty good show. Good. I hate that the Seth Rollins and LA Knight match was cut short. Hopefully, again, Seth Rollins is okay and he recovers from injury. If not, then again, you can pass the briefcase down. Braun Breaker even had a match for it, but at the end of the day, Seth Rollins, hopefully speedy recovery. Hopefully he's not out too long. Hopefully it's nothing major. Hopefully something short and simple, and something short that he can recover from. Be back in a few months. So hopefully Seth Rollins will recover and be good later down the road, leading into next year. So I'll keep an eye on that, see what goes on there, and of course I will help keep all y'all updated on that as well. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for watching my Saturday night main event review. As like always, subscribe. Try to get to that 1,000 subscribers. I'm at 114 right now. I want to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. That's my goal. So if you help me out, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell for future videos. I'm going to do my best to put out more review videos, preview videos, and I'm even thinking about a good little video to do on one day of the week, reviewing news and all that stuff about what's going on in the professional wrestling world. Again, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all watching. And as always, everyone, just love pro wrestling. Have a good one.